Is North American food really unhealthier than food from other parts of the world? Is it really fair to slap a giant unhealthy sticker on an entire continent's culinary creations? Well, as with most things, it's complicated. There's a complex interplay of factors that contribute to this perception, from cultural norms to economic realities to, yes, the occasional glorification of the deep-fried. So, over the next few minutes, let's unpack this a bit, explore some of the nuances and hopefully come to a more thoughtful understanding. Because food is important. Okay, let's address the elephant in the room, or maybe that should be the elephant in the processed food aisle. North American diets often include a hefty amount of processed and convenience foods. You know the ones. Those brightly packaged beacons of deliciousness, whispering promises of quick and easy meals. But here's the catch. These culinary time-savers are often loaded with added sugars, unhealthy fats, and enough sodium to make a salt flat blush. These foods are designed for things like shelf stability and mass production, not necessarily our long-term health. They're often stripped of nutrients, pumped full of preservatives, and engineered to be hyper-palatable, meaning they light up our reward centers like a pinball machine. So while that box of neon orange mac and cheese might seem like a good idea at the time, it's probably not going to win any awards for nutritional excellence. Let's talk portion sizes, shall we? Because, let's be honest, North America has a bit of a reputation for, well, supersizing things. From overflowing plates at restaurants to those gigantic sodas that could double as a small child's wading pool, bigger is often seen as better. But when it comes to food, this more is more mentality can have some unintended consequences. Our bodies are actually pretty good at telling us when we've had enough to eat. The problem is those signals can get drowned out by a culture that encourages us to clean our plates and never say no to seconds. Over time, this can lead to something called portion distortion, where our perception of a normal serving size gets completely out of whack. And as you might imagine, consistently eating more food than our bodies need can lead to weight gain and other health problems. If you didn't know, North American cuisine has a bit of a sweet tooth and a salty tooth and, well, a bit of a craving for all things rich and flavorful. From sugar-laden sodas and candy bars to those gloriously greasy fast food burgers, we've got a knack for creating food that tastes amazing, but doesn't always love us back. Many North American foods, especially processed ones, are crammed with added sugars and unhealthy fats. We're talking high fructose corn syrup lurking in unexpected places, trans fats clinging to perfectly crisp fries, and saturated fat turning up the volume on flavor in all sorts of savory treats. When we overload on these less than healthy versions, it can throw our systems out of whack, increasing the risk of heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and a whole host of other health concerns. So while that extra scoop of ice cream or that second slice of pizza might seem like a good idea in the moment, it's worth remembering that moderation is key. Okay, let's talk about fast food. It's become as synonymous with North American culture as baseball games and Hollywood blockbusters. And to be fair, it's hard to deny the appeal. Fast food is, well, fast. It's convenient, it's often budget-friendly, and let's be honest, those fries can be seriously addictive. But behind the allure of drive-thrus and value menus lies a complex reality. The fast food industry is built on a foundation of efficiency and profitability. As a result, many fast food meals are calorie bombs, loaded with sodium, unhealthy fats, and refined carbohydrates, while often being woefully short on essential nutrients like fiber, vitamins, and minerals. Making it a regular habit can have some pretty serious consequences for our health in the long run. Now, let's zoom out a bit and talk about the food industry as a whole. The choices we make about what we eat are influenced by a whole lot more than just our taste buds. The food industry plays a huge role in shaping our food environment, from what's available on supermarket shelves to how products are marketed to us. And in North America, the food industry is big business. Food companies often rely on ingredients like high fructose corn syrup, artificial flavors and preservatives because they're cheap and help extend shelf life. But these ingredients have also been linked to a variety of health problems. So the next time you're grocery shopping, take a moment to really look at the labels. Try to choose foods with shorter ingredient lists, pronounceable ingredients, and minimal added sugars and unhealthy fats. One common criticism of North American food is its relative lack of emphasis on fresh, whole foods. Now, this isn't to say you can't find fresh produce or lean proteins in North America, but compared to some other culinary traditions around the world, our plates can sometimes seem a bit, well, beige. In many cultures, meals are built around fresh, seasonal ingredients, with an emphasis on fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and minimally processed proteins. There's something to be said for incorporating more fresh, whole foods into our diets. One of the most fascinating things about food is how it connects to culture. Every region of the world has its own unique culinary traditions, shaped by history, geography, and cultural values. And just as there's no one right way to cook a meal, there's no one right way to eat for optimal health. Some dietary patterns have consistently been linked to better health outcomes. For example, the Mediterranean diet, with its emphasis on fruits, vegetables, olive oil, fish, and whole grains, has been shown to reduce the risk of heart disease, stroke, type 2 diabetes, and some types of cancer. Similarly, traditional Asian diets, often rich in vegetables, seafood, rice, and soy products, are associated with lower rates of chronic disease. Exploring different culinary traditions can be a fun and delicious way to add variety and nutrition to our plates. Okay, let's talk about something that doesn't always get enough attention in discussions about food and health socioeconomic factors. Because the truth is, access to healthy food isn't always equal. In North America, like in many parts of the world, income and food security play a significant role in shaping dietary choices. Fresh fruits and vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains can be expensive, especially when compared to highly processed, calorie-dense foods. This isn't a matter of personal responsibility or willpower. It's about systemic issues like poverty, food deserts, and a lack of access to nutrition education. Let's talk about marketing, because the food industry is really good at it. From catchy jingles to celebrity endorsements to carefully crafted packaging, food companies invest billions of dollars each year trying to convince us to buy their products. Unhealthy foods are often marketed as fun, convenient, and aspirational. These messages can be incredibly persuasive, especially when they're repeated over and over again. And over time, they can shape our perceptions of what's normal and desirable to eat. So, we've covered a lot of ground here, from processed food and portion sizes to food marketing and socioeconomic disparities. And it can all feel a bit overwhelming, right? Like, how are we supposed to navigate this complex food landscape and make healthy choices when we're bombarded with so much conflicting information? Well, that's where education comes in. When we understand how food affects our bodies, how to read food labels, how to cook simple, healthy meals, and how to advocate for a more just and equitable food system, we're empowered to make choices that support our health and well-being. We need to teach kids about nutrition, cooking, and where their food comes from. We need to make healthy food more accessible and affordable for everyone. So, is North American food inherently unhealthy? Well, it's complicated. There are definitely factors that contribute to this perception, from the prevalence of processed food and large portion sizes to the influence of the food industry and socioeconomic disparities. But it's important to remember that food is complex. There are plenty of healthy and delicious foods available in North America. The key is to be mindful, to stay informed, and to make choices that align with our values and our health goals. Because at the end of the day, food should nourish us, bring us joy and connect us to each other and to the world around us.